No, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is indeed a right-hand drive vehicle. Honda was so desperate to get journalist Bottoms into this CR-V so we could let you know what we think about it, that they imported a whole bunch of them straight from Japan.
The part I found most intriguing about driving a right hooker was the reaction of the drivers around me. Nearly all did a double take when I pulled up beside them. It also made for an interesting run through the pylons. However, once the old grey matter figured out the differences, the CR-V actually put on a strong show. The reason is Honda's advanced double wishbone suspension. It both controls the car and delivers ride comfort. Only when pushed does any real degree of body roll show up, and even when it does, it's controlled. Suffice it to say that Consumer Reports will not be holding a witch hunt for the CR-V. Helping the overall sensation is the precise feeling afforded by the steering. It is both linear and quick, which promotes speedy turn-ins. That said, as with all Hondas, the system gets a little light at higher speeds.
When the CR-V finally comes to Canada, a few things will change. First of all, the steering wheel will unfortunately leave its rightful place. We'll also lose that ugly ET-like mirror that sits on the front of the vehicle. It's very distracting and less than complementary to the look of the vehicle. Lastly, I hope they change the heater and ventilation system somewhat, because as it stands right now, it is less than capable of keeping the fog off the inside of the glass. On a more positive note, the rotary climate controls are very positive to the feel. The other thing I like, when you turn it to defrost, the AC comes on. Turn it off defrost and off goes the AC. Now that's the opposite to every other Honda product and the way it should be.
Power for the CR-V comes from a spunky 2-litre twin cam that produces 128 horsepower and 137 pounds-feet of torque. Now while the numbers are fairly modest by today's standards, the engine has the desired effect. Tromp on the loud pedal and the CR-V pulls strongly right from the word go. Mid-range performance is also more than acceptable, primarily because the 4-speed automatic is willing to kick down upon demand. The Auto Box also features Honda's grade logic control. The idea here is that the gearbox recognizes whether you're going up or downhill and holds whichever gear it deems most appropriate. This helps to cut out the usual hunting between gears as you climb a grade.
The full-time four-wheel drive system on this CR-V is one of its endearing qualities. When there's sleet in the air and the temperature's around freezing as it is today, this system's going to earn its keep, trust me.
The four-wheel drive system is simple yet effective. When the front and rear axles are turning at the same speed, the CR-V is driven by the front wheels. If they lose traction and begin to spin, hydraulic pressure locks a multi-plate clutch housed in the rear axle. This action transfers some of the drive to the back wheels. The system is highly proficient at what it does, the bonus being that it switches between front and all-wheel drive modes in a seamless manner. The neat part is that rather than using a single pump and a slew of sensors to activate the system, the CR-V uses 2 pumps and relies upon differential pressure to apply or release the clutch pack. Perhaps the only drawback is that the system lacks a low-range gear set. This will put a serious crimp in your off-road excursions because very steep grades will be non-negotiable.
While many may consider these power retractable mirrors a neat feature, for me, they're redundant, and when this gets packed full of ice, they're going to break. For a car with relatively small dimensions, the CR-V has got a lot of room in the rear. There's toe room, knee room, and of course plenty of headroom. One of the changes they're going to have to make when they bring this vehicle to North America, I like the lift-up tailgate, however, the back portion is hinged on the wrong side of the vehicle. It's hinged on the passenger's side. It does 2 things. First of all, it's very easy to back out, into oncoming traffic. The other thing, when you've got heavy items, this door, it's a long walk around. Having unloaded all your packages, there's one final surprise left in store for you. Tea, anyone?
Stopping power comes from a front disc rear drum design that works very nicely. Honda have an uncanny knack of delivering a progressive brake pedal, one that is easily modulated. During the brake test, the CR-V needed 114 feet to come to rest from 80 kilometers an hour. That's not too shabby at all.
That wraps another edition of Test Drive. The CR-V is a very nice little vehicle. It combines the attributes of a sport utility vehicle with the comfort and convenience of a car. For that reason, this vehicle will sell, and very well so.